Okay.
Hi, welcome to Cooking with Blondie. I'm Mary Kay, author of the book, What's for Dinner? Right now I'm going to show you how to make potato salad. I cook everything in my book and I have a video of every recipe so that those that don't know how to cook can figure it out by watching the video and then following the recipe in the book. For potato salad, obviously, you want some potatoes. I usually use one potato per person about this size. I call that a medium potato. I've cut up some of my potatoes and I just thought I'd demonstrate how I like to cut the potatoes. I don't like them in too big of cubes, bites, because I want to get more than just a bite of potato in my mouth when I'm eating. And so I usually dice them pretty small, and then I can get a good mix of the flavors in the whole salad. So I chop them up about this size, somewhere along in there. Doesn't have to be an exact science, but that's the way I like to have them chopped. Oh, I guess I can put them in my serving bowl. This is the bowl we're going to mix it in. And so I have all my chopped potatoes in here. Then I also do one boiled egg per person that you're serving. Now, as you can see, these boiled eggs are a bright yellow, and the way that you can get them a bright yellow and not have them turn gray is you bring your eggs to a boil, and then you only boil them 10 minutes. And when 10 minutes is up, turn it off and take them out. And then your yolks will stay nice and yellow and you won't get that gray ring around the yolk. Now, the eggs I do about the same way as my potatoes. I dice them, pretty small, because again, I want a good mixture of flavors. So I usually just slice down it like this and then chop it here. If you have a chopper, you can certainly use that if you'd like. I'm just demonstrating by hand. Actually, I have a chopper, and usually I do use my chopper. But I wanted to show you how to cut them up in case you don't know how. All right. Oops, making some noise here. Put your eggs in with your potatoes. Now, potato salad can be a little bit subjective. You can put in whatever you like. My husband and son, there's 3 of us at my house, they like dill pickles. I don't like them as well. So I don't put in quite as many dill pickles as some other people do, because I don't want to eat that many dill pickles. Now I'm going to also put in some celery. I'll show you the same thing on the celery. I usually slice it down the middle, and then I'll cut it into small little chunks to dice it, so that you can have good flavors again. Also, this makes it so that the strings that are on the celery get cut and it's not hard to chew, because sometimes when you're chewing celery, those strings are really a nuisance. Okay, you can put in as much or as little. I probably would put about 1 stalk of celery for 3 potatoes. That's the way I like it. I like the crunch of celery, so I might add more than most people. I don't know. And then I'm not fond of onions. You've probably heard me say that before. And so I just use a few onions because I don't want it to be overpowered with an onion flavor. Oh, I think maybe a couple more. One time I made it and got too many onions and I really didn't care for it. All right. Now for your dressing, it's mayonnaise, and I always am conscious about calories, and so I use the light mayonnaise. And we'll just put a little spoonful in there, a little bit more to begin with. We may add more, I'm not sure. Mustard's the same way. If you like a lot, squirt a lot in. I don't like a real mustardy potato salad, so I'm only going to put a little squirt in there. Now, potato salad needs a lot of salt, so I'm going to salt it pretty generously. Now, add a teeny bit of milk so that it's not quite so stiff. Am I still on camera? Okay, I wasn't sure if I'd walked away from the camera or not. Okay, now a little bit of milk, and it helps it stir up a little bit easier. We're going to stir this up, and I've made this enough times I can tell by looking at it if it's the way I like it or not. And this is looking pretty good. Looks like it's going to be just about the way I like it. Now, I said to salt it generously. If you have time, see how nice that is? Everything's all stirred in and homogeneous and ready to eat. If you have time, when you make potato salad, it's best if you can let it sit for 2 or 3 hours for the flavors to blend, if you have the time for that. And as you let it sit, the potatoes will absorb the salt. And so before you serve it, you're going to want to taste it to see if it has enough salt in it still. I kind of like a little bit more salt. I'm going to taste this and see how we did, and see if I think it needs to be changed. That's good potato salad, just the way I like it. So there you have it. Not too hard, very fun to make, and you can make it exactly the way you want. And that's what's for dinner.